With the 2024 NHL Draft just concluded, the world is about to witness the rise of new stars in the NHL. And every year, the new prospects keep getting stronger and better. But who are the latest prospects and what makes them so special? Well, here are the details you need to know about this year's top 10 NHL future stars. Before we go on, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our hockey showdowns. Let's get started. Number 10, Zeev Buium. Minnesota didn't make many picks in this draft, but the ones they did make added significant talent to their prospect pool. Zeev Buium was one of the lucky ones. He was one of the fans' favorite players, with star potential. Buium was one of the top-scoring defensemen in college as a draft-eligible player and one of the best draft-eligible defensemen we've seen at that level. He's an extremely intelligent puck mover who can run a power play like a top NHL player, routinely making high-end plays and breaking shifts open with his puck handling and passing. Buium is a strong skater who can activate off of the blue line and create off the rush, with an excellent edge work to evade checkers. Defensively, he's solid at the amateur level, though not very physically imposing. However, his intelligence and mobility allow him to break up enough plays to complement his outstanding offense, making him a major asset at even strength. Buium has game-breaking potential and looks like a future star number one defenseman in the NHL who will put up big numbers. He's exactly what the Wild need, a dynamic defenseman who's one of the smartest players in the draft. He carried Denver to a title and has the potential to be a top-pair PP1 defender for Minnesota, providing star upside that the organization currently lacks. Number 9, Anton Silayev. The Devils earned a high grade largely due to their 10th overall pick, Anton Silayev, who could become a star two-way defenseman in the NHL. They also made a smart pick with Mikhail Yegorov on day 2. Yegorov, arguably the most talented goalie in the draft, has the potential to become an NHL starter if he addresses some deficiencies. Silayev, as a 17-year-old, regularly played for a KHL team, including power play time, and stood out in the KHL playoffs. Although his performance dipped with the junior team in their playoffs, he ended strong by captaining Russia's U20 team. He's an intriguing prospect with a unique skill set. At 6'7", he skates exceptionally well for his size, with excellent footwork, a smooth stride, and strong four-way mobility. He closes gaps quickly, plays a very physical game, and projects as a premier shutdown defenseman in the NHL. Silayev can skate the puck out of his zone, make good first passes, and demonstrates strong hockey sense at the offensive blue line. While his offensive skills might not be elite, they are sufficient to move pucks and earn points in the NHL. Combined with his elite defense abilities, he has the potential to be a number one defenseman. Number 8, Zayne Parekh.
The Calgary Flames are proud to select at number 9 from the Memorial Cup champs, Saginaw Spirit, Zayne Parekh.
Parekh is an exceptionally talented offensive defenseman and was the best defenseman in the OHL this season, and Calgary's draft will be remembered for selecting him, their potential PP1 quarterback. He has tremendous skill and hockey sense, often beating opponents one-on-one with the puck. His vision and ability to create scoring chances set him well apart. Parekh skates well, using his speed and skill to attack. His strong edge work and top speed make him very elusive off the blue line. Additionally, he has an excellent point shot and is a constant goal-scoring threat. However, Parekh's play away from the puck is a concern. He sometimes gives half efforts defensively and doesn't engage physically. Despite this, he picks off passes and makes stops, but likely won't be a tough minutes defender. He projects as a top pair PP1 type who may need to be deployed away from opponents' top forwards. Parekh is arguably the smartest player in the draft. Though a bit of a gamble given his defensive issues, he's exactly what Calgary needs, a potential top PP top pair defender with star potential. It's surprising they chose him over Zeev Buium given their similar profiles, but Parekh's upside is significant. Number 7, Berkeley Catton. Seattle's first-round pick, Berkeley Catton, is a high-end talent with star potential as well. Catton was one of the top players in the WHL this season and excelled at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. He's a well-rounded center and high-end skater with powerful edge work, making him difficult to check and allowing him to constantly elude pressure. While his foot speed isn't quite as impressive as his edge work, he's a very skilled puck handler and a great passer, capable of running an NHL power play. Catton makes numerous difficult plays on the move and brings a lot of pace to his game. Although not overly physical, he competes hard, wins pucks, gets to the net, and can kill penalties. He projects as an excellent top 6 center with the potential to be a number 1 center. Catton is definitely one of the most dynamic players in the draft. While Seattle needed a premier defense prospect, choosing Catton at this slot is reasonable. He has top-line forward potential and could be a star if he reaches his full potential. Despite concerns about his size, the positives in his game outweigh the negatives. Number 6. Carter Yakemchuk. Carter Yakemchuk, drafted by the Ottawa Senators, was a standout defenseman in the WHL this season. At 6'3" and a right shot, he possesses game-breaking skill, often outmaneuvering opponents one-on-one with highlight reel moments. His skating, though not technically perfect, is powerful, allowing him to escape pressure despite sometimes faltering at the end of shifts. Yakemchuk boasts a bullet shot from the point, making him more of a shooting threat than a passing one. While his vision isn't at the same level as his shot or stick handling, he can still make plays. Defensively, he uses his feet, length, and physicality effectively, but needs more consistency. Yakemchuk has the potential to be a star, projecting as a major minutes player with substantial offensive upside. He's a dynamic, skilled big man who can skate and play hard. While he needs to refine parts of his game, he has the potential to be a star in the NHL. Number 5. Tij Iginla.
For 2024 draft, Utah selects
Tij Iginla.
Wow.
The Utah Hockey Club's draft grade doesn't account for their trades, focusing solely on the talent they acquired. However, their trades are impressive, bringing in Mikhail Sergachev and John Marino to join a blue line that will soon feature Dmitry Simashev and Maverick Lemieux. This defense, with its size and mobility, looks formidable. Regarding the draft, Tij Iginla at number 6 was slightly high, though he's a potential top 6 NHL winger. Iginla shone this season in the WHL for Kelowna and at the U18s for Canada, becoming a top NHL prospect. As Jerome Iginla's son, Tij is a highly talented offensive player. His stick handling is outstanding, beating defenders one-on-one and improvising well. He skates smoothly, makes high-skill plays, and has a quick, accurate shot, making him a potent goal scorer. While his playmaking isn't as strong, he projects as a top 6 wing who will score frequently. Iginla's stock rose throughout the season, justifying his high draft position. He's a competitive goal scorer with immense skill. Although there are minor concerns about his hockey sense, and given the great defense prospects available, Iginla still projects as a top 6 forward who adds significant elements to a lineup. Number 4. Ivan Demidov.
The Montreal Canadiens are proud to select Ivan Demidov.
The Canadiens acquired Ivan Demidov, a potential star-scoring winger, and Michael Hage, a highly talented forward who could become a middle 6 or even top 6 player if he reaches his potential. He's been the standout player in Russia's junior league for the past 2 seasons. He's the most skilled player in the draft, showcasing exceptional creativity with the puck. His relentless motor, consistent net attacks, and competitive spirit set him apart. Demidov creates scoring chances almost every shift and can run a power play, excelling in both slowed down and fast-paced situations. Despite his powerful yet awkward skating style and smaller stature, he manages to get around well. His game translates into a potential top-line winger who will score prolifically and endear himself to coaches. Montreal has secured the most purely skilled player in the draft with Demidov, adding a game-breaking element to their system. He has the potential to become a star, complementing budding star Yarov Slafkovsky. Montreal's decision-makers were one of the few teams to scout him live overseas, showing their confidence in his abilities. Demidov projects to be a top-line, top power play winger for the Canadiens. Number 3. Beckett Sennecke. Anaheim's pick of Beckett Sennecke at number 3 is sure to spark conversation. His late growth spurt and career trajectory remind us of Ryan Johansson's rise to number 5. Sennecke has star potential despite some risks in his projection. His season point totals don't stand out, but he excelled in the second half and was a top player in the OHL playoffs. At 6'2", he skates well for his size and possesses game-breaking skill. One of the more creative puck handlers in the draft, Sennecke can make difficult plays at full speed, making him highly intriguing for the NHL. He sees the ice well and is a creative passer, though his one-on-one abilities are more impressive. While there have been concerns about his compete level and consistency, he addressed those issues as the season progressed. His stock is on the rise, and he looks like a difference maker at the next level. Sennecke is a dynamic winger who can be one of the most impactful players on his best days. His performance in the closing months of the season justifies this pick. He has the potential to be a top-line winger with star upside. While Anaheim has many great young forwards, this pick makes sense, especially if Trevor Zegras is on his way out. Though they passed up some excellent defense prospects, and there's uncertainty with Anton Silayev, the Ducks have a plan to fit all the pieces together. Number 2. Artyom Levshunov.
With the second overall pick in the 2024 NHL Draft, the Chicago Blackhawks are proud to select Artyom Levshunov.
Being a huge fan of Artyom Levshunov, you will most likely give him a high grade on Chicago's draft. Levshunov is a standout talent, and Chicago followed up his selection with several well-rounded forwards. This class brings a lot of size and speed, though perhaps not a ton of natural skill up front. If Sacha Boisvert hits his potential, he could add scoring depth in the NHL. Chicago has acquired several players who could eventually fill out their bottom six, along with a potential star defenseman in Levshunov. Levshunov was the best defenseman in the Big Ten this season and a key player for Michigan State, helping them become a top team. He's extremely skilled and creative, both as a puck handler and passer, with the hands of a top offensive defenseman. Levshunov skates well and thrives in an up-tempo style, using his offensive sense to potentially run a PP1 in the NHL. His good point shot complements his offensive game, while his defensive play doesn't stand out as much, mainly due to his aggressive attacking style. His athleticism and physicality allow him to make key stops. Some scouts thinks he's too aggressive and plays like a forward too often, but he makes enough defensive plays to alleviate most concerns. Levshunov has the potential to be an impact NHL defenseman who scores at a premium level. In Levshunov, Chicago snagged a highly rated player in the draft, though he wasn't a universally agreed upon choice at that number. Chicago already has some great young defenders, but Levshunov is on another level. 2 years ago, he was playing at a level akin to pond hockey, but this past season, he emerged as one of the best defensemen in college hockey. He's big, mobile, and brimming with natural skill and offensive sense. Levshunov is a budding star who was unfairly criticized in the pre-draft process. He's a rare talent with star potential who can be a cornerstone for building a winning team. Number 1. Macklin Celebrini.
The San Jose Sharks are very proud to select, from Boston University, Macklin Celebrini.
San Jose made significant strides last weekend for the future of their franchise. Their most notable achievement was drafting Macklin Celebrini, the consensus number 1 pick and a projected star number 1 center. Celebrini wasn't the only standout, though. At number 11, they selected Dickinson, a defenseman projected to excel in the NHL. On day 2, they added Igor Chernyshov and Leo Salin-Wallenius in the second round, both of whom have the potential to become legitimate NHL players on the wing and defense, respectively. Celebrini, however, was the standout player in college hockey this season, leading a top team in the country. He checks every box you want in a top prospect, showing no noticeable weaknesses. His skating is impressive, with a powerful stride and quick acceleration that allows him to outmaneuver many defenders. Celebrini is extremely skilled and creative, with high-end offensive sense. He consistently makes difficult plays with the puck, whether on the move, in tight areas, or from a standstill. His shot is powerful, and he projects to be a key player on a first power play unit in the NHL. Despite being average-sized, Celebrini is highly competitive, wins battles frequently, and projects as a two-way center in the NHL. He has all the makings of a potential superstar, the kind of player around whom you can build a contender. Celebrini is one of the most complete prospects ever seen. He excels in every aspect of the game, from skating and skill to hockey sense, competitiveness, and scoring ability. He looks like a surefire first-line two-way center for the NHL, making him a cornerstone for the Sharks' rebuild. He was the consensus first pick all season for a reason. So there you have it, our top 10 NHL stars from the draft. Who's your favorite one? Did we miss one that you think deserves a spot on the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on this. If you enjoyed this adrenaline-packed ride, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing hockey moments. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of our hockey showdowns into the most electrifying and unforgettable moments in NHL history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the ice.